All right, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Bean Apple. It has been a while. Our vacation is over, and free agency, I should say the legal tampering period, which is probably the dumbest thing ever. Just call it free agency and start it. But anyway, it has begun. It has begun. So we're going to talk about a lot of moves that went down today, a lot of formal agreements that are made between teams, a lot of moves, a lot of money. Some crazy contracts I know we want to talk about as well. And I think we're going to squeeze in a little bit of baseball stuff to catch up on kind of what's going on with that as well. So this might be long. Jump in as you like. Jump in, jump out. Do whatever you want. Just spend a little bit of time with us. Hit that subscribe button. Like the episode, of course, as always. And after we do all that, say hello to everybody else. What's going on, guys? It's been a long time.
Too long. It's been too long, man.
Oh, John, you look like you lost weight. It's been that long.
Yes.
You know, I have. Jim and I were talking. The doctor gave me some news that I need to take care of myself. My sugars were wicked high. So I basically had to stop eating anything that tastes good. Huh. And it's amazing when you have to eat food that tastes like shit. You don't want to eat a lot, so you lose weight.
That's the secret to life.
It's the secret of life. But hopefully it's going to prolong my life a little bit. So
yeah, you just can't enjoy it anymore.
I don't know what fun I have anymore, but this show. So see, we had to get back on.
This is your escape from reality.
This is my pizza tonight. This is my pizza. How about that?
I love it. Yeah. All right. So so let's just dive into free agency. Huge moves. John, a huge takeaway from your team.
So I see Alex right there. We got Alex
right away.
Alex, Carlos, and Mark. What's up, fellas? So Alex,
going crazy. Yep.
I'll tell you what, man. The Chargers D right now. First, they got Khalil Mack. They got Bosa. Who else they got in the backfield? They drafted Asante Samuel Jr. last year. Chris Harris, right? Then they signed Chris Harris. Yep. And now they bring in through a text, I know we were talking, J.C. Jackson, not the greatest cover corner in the world, by no means. But my God, is that guy around the football all the time. 17 sacks the last 2 years. Now, last year they had a decent pass rush. Year before that, they had zero pass rush, still around the ball. And it's so funny, Mark, you're going to love this one. Everybody at work is like, well, look at what Diggs did to him. Okay, so I asked them to also look at Diggs' numbers the last 3 years. Nobody can cover Diggs. That's a terrible comparison. Yeah. So don't tell me he can't cover Diggs because nobody can friggin' cover Diggs. So let's not even talk about that. Mm-hmm. J.C. Jackson, I love the kid. So hearing a radio station driving home today, they broke it down to where the Pats really pissed me off with this one. They signed him to a 5-year, $82.5, $40 million guaranteed. So think about this. It's friggin' a 3-year, $13 million deal. 3-year, $13 million. Yeah. He's not worth that? Come on. Stole him, Alex. You guys stole him.
I think you spent that much.
Buy a Bolts hat.
You spent that much on Nelson Aguilar, didn't you?
Oh, I knew.
That's comparative talent. That's a comparative talent.
But then we signed McCourty to 9 years. 1 year, $9 million. And I love McCourty. He's a staple. He's a Patriot. He's this and that. But man, you could have given him, $4 million a year to a guy who was an undrafted rookie. That's the thing about J.C. Jackson. He earned where he got. I was hoping he was going to get $20 million because if any free agent deserves it, it's a kid who didn't get drafted.
Yeah. Yep. But what a move by the Chargers, especially with Russell Wilson now moving in. You've got Wilson, Mahomes, and Derek Carr. Whatever. But the other two,
still
massive.
Good.
Yeah, that division is incredible at the quarterback position. And if you can't find a way to slow them down, that's going to be a long season. So that was a must-have for the Chargers. They had to go full court press on that and take the best corner off the market there and bring him in there and try and slow down that a little bit. Because like you said, he's a ball hawk. He's not the best coverage guy. Yeah, but if the ball's around, good chance he's going to get his hands on it. So definitely an outstanding Outstanding play by the Chargers. Alex has been calling that one all day, just on me like it's gonna happen. It's getting ready to happen. He's freaking sending me tweets of like Chargers players with just the eyeballs. I'm like, what does this even mean? Like, he's like, that means it's happening. I don't know how. He's like the mustache Schefter, as you could see there. That's what he is. It's like it's the disguised Adam Schefter is actually Alex Davis. So yeah. We just need to get him the glasses with the mustache, and he can pull a little Charlie Chaplin. Wouldn't even know it's him. So,
but the Patriots is still going to beat the Bolts next year by at least 2 touchdowns. We always do. So I hope the Chargers are still on the schedule.
But good news, you brought Brian Hoyer back. So that's
that's
a win.
Ageless Brian Hoyer.
Incredible.
Just awesome. A Rappaport guy. Okay.
Nice.
Marcus Lawrence back in Dallas.
Yeah. So Alex has been breaking news for me all day today. So I do appreciate
it's crazy how hot and heavy it's been, right? I mean, it's just
it's
every 15 minutes, bang, something else happens. So somebody else signed, somebody else got traded. It's great.
You know where that's not happening? In the Giants locker room.
I know. Well, we're set.
It's a disaster.
We're set.
I mean,
we're set
we've
with
been
4
talking
wins next year. We're set.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about Trubisky coming here, and then I saw he got signed today. But I don't know. He's with the Steelers now. Yeah,
the new starting quarterback of the Steelers.
Man,
I want to know like what Steelers fans are thinking right now, because we were kind of talking about this at work earlier. Was Steelers fans are so used to having quarterbacks that I think they just think they could plug any quarterback in and he'll be fine. And I think they're in for a rude awakening when they think that Mitch Trubisky is going to step in there and just pick up where Big Ben left off. Like, I don't see it happening, but for the Giants, I mean, I saw something earlier, like you guys have no money to spend. You came out and said, basically, we've got nothing to spend. And you're a 4-win team with a rookie quarterback and a rookie left tackle. Like, where did your money go to get 4 wins? That's
Galladay. I think a lot of them went to Galladay, and he
that's
played.
Insane.
He didn't get any touchdowns last year, so that was a good signing there.
That's one of my favorite stats, that me and Kenny Galladay have the same number of touchdowns last year.
That's good. Yeah, see that? You never thought you'd be in the same conversation with him.
Yeah, you should be getting paid $17 million.
That's what I'm going to say. I feel extremely underpaid, really, for the production that I'm putting up compared to
$40 million guaranteed for no touchdowns.
That's 0 touchdowns.
That's pretty good.
It's hard to even do that. Like,
I know
it's almost like you have to try to do that.
Right. Yep. Accidentally, you should catch one in the red zone and just be able
to break one.
Yep. Right.
But
just
doesn't your quarterback have to throw a touchdown for a receiver to get a touchdown?
Yeah, this is something we're gonna have to look into. But I do think historically that is mostly correct. So.
Yep.
No,
so I didn't see. I've been looking. You said you saw Evan Ingram. I still don't see that.
Evan Ingram.
I mean, he's been,
that was 1 hour ago. Former Giants. This is per Adam Schefter. Evan Ingram intends to sign a 1-year, fully guaranteed $9 million deal that could go to $10 million with incentives to the Jacksonville Jaguars, per Jeremy Fowler. So
now we have no tight end.
So no tight end.
Yeah, they've been cutting guys.
Yeah. So you're going from a team with very little expectations to absolute 0 expectations.
Yeah.
Counting your money. Hey, do you blame them? What do you got to do? Run the right route every 10 or 15 plays?
Yeah. I think you have to catch the ball. That's his problem. He can run the route. He's got speed, but he can't catch. Right. So good luck with that, Travis. But,
Giants are going to be.
I mean, I don't know what tricks, the new coach and GM are going to have up their sleeve, but I mean, we have, like you said, no room to do anything. They've been cutting a couple of guys. We need holes filled. I know Blake Martinez reworked his contract, and so did Sterling Shepard. So they both want to stay. They went in and did that to free up some money. Did a couple of releases, Kyle Rudolph and Devontae Booker, John's favorite, Kyle Rudolph. Yeah. And so now we'll see. I mean, I don't know what's next. Now Evan Ingram's gone, and they said they're definitely keeping Tony. They definitely like Tony and want to utilize him next year, Kadarius. But We'll
So I
wait and
guess-
see what happens next.
Is this going to be a battle between the Giants and Seattle for the first pick in the draft next year?
No. Well, the Jets aren't in that conversation?
No, not anymore.
I mean, well, no, because they signed Berrios, right?
Yes.
My favorite Jet.
Yes, thank
2
you.
years. I mean, come on. The
You led me
beast.
right into it. Led me right
beast.
into that.
Beasley and a fourth for Barkley.
Mark, you don't want Barkley, man.
we might
you
do
don't
that.
want Barkley. You don't. Want
I have
him.
a feeling Barkley will not be on our team opening day.
Oof.
I don't think so.
What's the news?
And then,
for
and
that?
then,
Is
and
there
then
a
we
lot
have
of
no
chatter?
running back, and no tight end. So,
Yeah.
you know,
It's going to be, but you can get now a
Alfred
Braxton.
Morris.
You can get a Braxton Berrios jersey, like you've always wanted.
Yeah. If I was going to get a Jets jersey, it would be Berrios.
What about Brendan
perfect.
Jacobs? Do you think he'd come out of retirement?
Yes,
Or like
he
He
wanted
wants
remember?
to.
Does he really? Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to
He
be.
does want to.
What did he want to be?
Did he want to be a tight end? Linebacker,
Oh,
right?
shit.
Shit, that's right. He did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I was joking about that.
Yeah.
No, I think he's conditioning with Colin Kaepernick still in the offseason.
Right.
Staying in shape.
Yeah,
So
someone's going to sign him.
Maybe
They're gonna
Kaepernick
run
could be our
him.
tight end.
yeah.
I
There
mean,
you
who
go.
knows?
Tebow. Maybe Tebow will come out and be your tight end. He hasn't had a stop in the Giants locker room yet. Just
No, not yet.
Jets and Patriots, right? So, and Jaguars. Speaking of Jaguars, I mean, you want to talk about a team dropping cash. Did you see the contract that they handed out to Christian Kirk? Did you guys get the numbers on
Yes,
that?
it's like a 3-year 45 or something like that, isn't it?
It is a 5-year, 84
I mean, what?
million
Kirk to
for
Kirk.
him, for Christian
Wow.
Kirk.
Shut the front door.
Yeah,
Are you sure that doesn't say Cup instead of Kirk?
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
they spelled Cooper wrong.
I mean, yeah, that would
Really?
make the most sense. But, yeah. 4-year 84. 4-year 84.
That's worse than.
It's insane.
worse.
It is insane.
How much
So
is guaranteed though?
signing bonus is 20 million.
So it's
Salary-
all front heavy.
Salaries this year 1.5 million, 15 and a half, 14 and a half, 15 and a half. $500,000 annual roster bonus, $500,000 annual workout bonus, $3 million in incentives, and a 2024 $1 million roster bonus for him.
What's the guarantee though? That's my thing.
That's the one thing it doesn't have on here, but
See, the guarantee is probably like 35 or 40, so it's
Well,
really not that bad of a contract.
he's got a $20 million signing bonus. You know that's guaranteed.
Right. So that's to get rid of all the dead money at the end though, or that's to get all the.
It's to spread it.
Yeah, to spread it over.
Yeah,
So
but
let's see.
84 million
Oh yeah, it's
for
insane.
Kirk.
come
What is that?
on.
What
I
does
don't
that
see-
make? What does that make Devontae Adams value at?
Right.
30 million
Right,
a
they're
year?
Packers
far
are like
apart.
shit.
The Packers are far apart. I mean, you know,
And
They
he said
franchised them.
he said he won't play on the franchise tag today.
Okay, I bet you he will.
So that's what he's saying. He won't play on
I
the
bet
franchise.
he will.
Uh,
NFL world is shocked over Kirk's contract.
Yep.
I mean, so were you shocked over Aaron Rodgers' contract?
Oh, that's through the roof.
No,
You weren't
I
shocked.
didn't
by
think
it.
so.
mean,
I
to me,
was.
uncalled for. I mean, okay, back-to-back MVP, but still, I mean, how many more years is he going to be able to do this? And to give him that much money with that much guaranteed, and then what, hurt the rest of the team? Come on.
yeah, but they had to follow the Bills. They had to follow the Chiefs. I mean, put
I
it
know,
this
but
way.
it's like, come on.
Obviously,
Oh, it's
obviously
even signing
Jordan
it.
Love obviously
forget
isn't
about it.
there.
No,
I mean,
No.
or else they wouldn't have even done that.
no.
Wouldn't have even done that.
They'll never
Wasted
go there.
first round.
They'll never go
Wasted
there.
first round pick. Wasted.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll never play. But it goes back to what we're talking about. Is everybody looks at Brady and it's like, oh, nobody will ever do that again. It's because these quarterbacks won't stop taking the maximum contract they could possibly get, and
Right.
Brady does. Brady wants to win above getting
right.
paid, and God, this just kills the inside of my body to even say nice things about this man. But it's still he does what he needs to do to win Super Bowls, and
He's
not
one of the most unselfish players in the history of
There's-
football.
Aaron Rodgers. He could have given that money to Devontae Adams. He could have given it.
That's
to
what
Jar-
I'm saying.
to
There was
Jarvis
no
Landry.
reason for that.
Bring
Yes.
Landry in. Bring
Right.
you know.
Do
give
you
me
really want to
weapons.
win, or do you want all the money?
Right.
Which one?
Right. And
It's
then
you
how much money do you
sacrificed-
need?
Right. We've talked about this like 2 years ago, right? Is it do you want the money or do you want the championship?
Yeah.
Which one? I would take
He's
less money to win the championship.
Yeah. He's bought Boardwalk, he's bought Park Place, he's put all the hotels on it, and now he's signed this other contract. Like there's nothing left to do.
Right.
You're maxed out.
Right.
Just win. Like at this point, just win the game.
Yep.
And he's not doing it. So
No.
it's absolutely crazy. But yeah, Jacksonville's just going crazy with they grabbed Brandon Sheriff as well. So they got a guard. They tagged Robinson there to be the offensive tackle. So they got a nice tackle, a nice guard to protect Trevor Lawrence and give Travis Etienne some running room. You bring in a wide receiver there. The bad thing is they've got to. I mean, what do you do if you're Jacksonville at this point? Like, because Christian Kirk's not a number one. I mean, he pushes 1,000-yard seasons, but
he better be now.
But he's never been a number one. Like he's put up 900-yard or close to 1,000-yard seasons every year, but he's playing. He's a complement to DeAndre Hopkins or Larry Fitzgerald. Like it's, so you can't really bank on him being the focal point of an offense on a bad team. Like he's not strong enough as a wide receiver, is he, to take the number one slot on a bad team and turn that.
I mean, maybe if Jones actually plays, you know what I mean? If Jones actually plays how he should, you get a tight end, you got Chenault, backing them guys up. You got, Robinson and ETN at running back. But I mean, I think they're just trying to throw pieces at Trevor Lawrence to try and emulate what he had at Clemson.
Yeah.
But to pay Kirk, I mean, that is insane money. It's insane money until I find out how much the guaranteed is. If the guaranteed is 30 or 40, then it's a 2 or 3 year contract for, $45 million. You're talking maybe 12, 13 million a year, which is what Aguilar got, and he did jack shit last year. So, I mean, that's kind of the going rate for wide receivers. You have to overpay. And again, we talked about this. When you're not good, you have to overpay for players. Mm-hmm. To overpay for him, and who are the other wide receivers coming out? Allen Robinson ain't going back there.
Nope.
There ain't no way in hell he's going back to Jacksonville.
No, he's left that purgatory.
Yeah, he from Jacksonville to Chicago to Jacksonville be like breaking back into Alcatraz when you're finally gone. You know what I mean? It's like swimming back. When I swam to the shore, I broke out. I think I'm going to swing back because I left a pair of shoes there, and then you're stuck in Alcatraz.
Right. But there's only one person that does that, and he works with Nicolas Cage. So
yeah, Sean Connery. But no, I mean, who else are they going to sign? Honestly, who else? There's really no one. Godwin got the franchise tag. Smart move if you want Brady to come back, which TB12, baby.
Yeah, we got to talk about this as well.
Joe's so mad. I loved hearing that 10 minutes after I seen that his last football got sold for $518,000. That dude's kicking that in his backyard now, throwing it to his fucking German Shepherd. He's like, you bastard. Yeah. He put a picture of Brady's face on it. He gave it to his dog.
If he is the most generous, is that what you said earlier? He's the most generous
selfless, I think.
Selfless.
Oh, I was thinking generous.
Nope.
So you think
I don't know how generous
you think he writes the guy a check to cover that ball?
He should.
He could.
It means nothing to him.
I mean, come on.
I mean, 518 G's. I mean, that's probably in his wardrobe with like a couple suits and some cufflinks.
Well, unless it was Mattress Mac, the Matt that bought the ball, then it doesn't matter. The guy lost $9.5 million on a Super Bowl, right? So he maybe
but also we were talking about this. If you just spent over $500,000 on a football, that $500,000 is like you and I taking $20 out at a store or something.
But it's worth nothing. It depreciated to zero in hours.
That's the best part.
It depreciated by the guy whose ball it was. I mean, he totally sabotaged the whole thing. How does he not now make the guy right? Make him the whole. He's got to.
I would.
I'd be driving to his house, ringing his bell, ding ding. I'd be on Brady's front steps with the ball, and come on.
Yeah. Hey man, can I at least get your autograph? I'm busy, bud. I'm busy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Something's gonna happen.
No, it's crazy. It really is. Make money off. Yeah, kind of was. It was interesting to see Brady just wait until that was announced, and it's like, hey,
Oh, maybe
all right, I'm
Brady had
coming.
it on eBay, and that's how.
He was splitting it with the guy, like, hey, I'm coming out of retirement. He's like, wait a second, it's going to auction tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
Ooh,
You're
imagine
right.
that.
Yeah,
Maybe
like he
Brady
needs
bought
any
it.
of, like he needs any of the money. So
That's fine.
So Brady's back. So is Gronk, his brother, coming back out of retirement? Yes? You
Absolutely
think
now.
yes?
Absolutely.
Really?
Has to.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Has
He's going to
to.
come back again.
Absolutely. He's
yeah, I saw they were
going to
talking.
play as long as Brady.
Ooh, what's this?
They'll sign him for a 1-year
Ooh,
contract.
breaking news.
Wait a minute.
Breaking news. Where's my soundboard? Oh, I don't think I have it anymore.
The Patriots traded for Deshaun Watson. No, it's not that.
Nope, I don't have it anymore. Sorry. Former Bengals tight end C.J. Uzama intends to sign a 3-year, $24 million deal with
The Giants.
the New York Jets.
No.
Yes.
Why? He's leaving the
Because
Bengals?
they don't have a tight end.
He's leaving the Bengals to never win again?
Yep.
Oh.
Coming to New York. That's per the Shefty. Alex, where you at?
He was
Where
good
you
in
He's probably typing it right now. The 27
Oh,
million.
Chandler Jones.
Exactly. Why the hell would he do that?
Oh man. That's good. Jets need a tight end.
Not.
He's pretty good when he can stay healthy.
I mean, they do. He's also
I think
pretty
they'll still
good when
draft
you
one,
get three
but-
other wide receivers that are number ones. I mean, he looked good in that offense because of Chase.
Yeah.
Chase. God, who are the other two guys?
Higgins and
Help me
Boyd.
out here.
Yeah.
Higgins and
Boyd.
Boyd. I mean,
Yeah, but
and,
do they
and
have
probably
Braxton
paid him.
Berrios? No, they don't have Braxton.
What'd they give him?
So,
What'd they give him? You don't
3
know.
years, 24.
Okay.
What's the guarantee? Does it say?
No, nope. That's just the initial.
So probably
initial
18 or
information.
19 guaranteed for 2 years.
I'd probably say
Wow.
I'm gonna guess more like 12, probably 12 million guaranteed. So sorry, had a phone call. Alex, come on, you don't take phone calls now unless it's
We're
coming
live.
directly from the
Alex,
team.
this is live.
If it's not coming from a team, you don't answer that phone call.
Right. Is he getting a call on? Good.
I was reading earlier the Colts called Houston about Deshaun Watson. I don't think so, Bubba. Don't think so. That's
I
like
love that.
again. I mean, having to face him 2 times a year with that Colts team, Jesus. And their receivers suck, and he'd still light it up. Him and Taylor.
Yep.
Whew.
I mean, so they trade Wentz, and they have nobody. Right? They trade Wentz, and they're like, all right, we're gonna have to figure out now who our quarterback is. And then he goes to WFT over there, WTF, and their odds go down doing this.
Have you seen that? They give him
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
How great is that?
You would think they would at least ask for Heineke in return.
Yeah,
Just
I mean
something, a holdover.
I don't know. I mean, if I'm Heineke, I'm saying, hey man, what happened? I would want to have the shot to stay as the starter.
No,
I mean, he didn't do
He was serviceable.
He didn't do terrible, but he didn't do good enough.
I'd like to see his numbers against Wentz.
John, he let us down pretty significantly this year. Just
who's that?
From what our predictions were, Heineke.
Heineke, yes.
No, you said Fitzpatrick.
I thought it was Fitzmagic though that we were going to.
I thought it was going to be 2, and then he steps in and he couldn't fulfill our prophecy of what the Washington football team.
He got his leg broke, didn't he? Did he break his leg or some crazy shit?
Well, don't forget Chase Young. Yeah. Chase Young went down too.
I mean that whole D, but then the defense. Chase Young gone.
Yeah,
that was the crazy thing.
That is right. That is right, which is surprising.
They should trade him.
Remember
they should
we
trade
were
him to the
talking
Jets.
about that? Pat. I think you should go to Pat's for Ryan Hoyt. So listening about the Colts, again, NFL Network on Sirius, they were talking about how the Colts don't ever spend like free agent money like that. Like, what was the trade they made with San Francisco? Was it last year when they brought in?
Oh, for DeForest Buckner?
Yeah, and then paid him.
Yeah.
So their MO is not going after free agents like that with money. And I think the Colts have the most cap space, I believe. So they said even if they got a quarterback for like they were talking about, say, Kirk Cousins, which Kirk Cousins' agent, man, that guy has made Cousins so much money. It's did you see a $35 million extension? 2 years, $70 million. I mean, Kirk Cousins, ever since his Washington days, that guy must be the highest paid player in like NFL history. He has to be close to it, minus these crazy ones. Right, Alex, exactly. I mean, the Colts just don't spend. They don't spend any money.
I wondered, Joe, what's your buddy's name? The big Colts fan, Rusty or something?
Yeah.
Russ, right?
Yep.
What's he thinking about the current situation in Indianapolis?
I'm sure he's over the moon with excitement.
Yeah.
So.
Nobody's seen him since they lost to the Jags, right?
No, he is still alive. I have confirmed.
Oh, he's not living in a cave or something.
No, he's just grown a big beard, and you can't identify him anymore.
Sam Langer, is that his name? From Texas, rookie from Texas last year. Don't worry,
so he's the starter.
Yeah, Sam Ellinger.
I mean, I think he's the only quarterback on the roster.
They're going to bring back Jacoby Brissett.
Good. I mean, really, their only hope at this point is to try to pry Mariota away, right?
Well, what about Bridgewater?
James Winston.
No, Bridgewater's going to Miami.
Yeah,
he is. I didn't see that.
Yeah, 1 year deal to Miami. He's going to back up Tua.
He's going to back up Tua.
Yeah.
Well,
for how long?
Miami.
Week 2?
I don't know. I mean, Miami spent a lot of money too.
Didn't they just get a running back too?
Got Chase Edmonds.
Chase
Edmonds.
Yeah. And
running backs never got a nice deal though. Oh, James Conner did?
Yeah, James Conner got a 3-year deal with Arizona for like 24 million.
Huh.
So I think somebody asked the question before. I don't know if it was Carlos or Alex about what would you pay for a running back with history of injuries like McCaffrey or Barkley, right? Is he worth a first-round pick? I think that was the question back a little while ago there.
I mean right.
I mean, do you roll the dice? Both guys for years go down, right? You take them right away in your fantasy, and then you're dead. Yeah. So what do? Do you give up a first round 2 years in a row, right, John?
Christian McCaffrey, 2 years in a row.
Yep.
Incredible. So what do you do? I mean, do you go get one of these guys now? Do you sign them to a contract? What do you do? Yeah. I mean, they're just – I mean, I think it's just been hard luck, right? I mean, they train, especially Barkley, I know, trains like a beast and tree trunks for legs, but still
what's it get him?
Can't hold up.
Yeah.
No.
10 games
I don't
in the
think
last
you
2
give
years.
up. I don't think you give up a first because here's the thing: Barkley's on his 4th or 5th year, so now you're having to guarantee him.
This is year 4, or no, this is year 5.
Yeah,
so they have to guarantee him whatever that paycheck is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, for his 5th year.
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking about spending a little bit of money, but it can't be that much because the franchise tag is only $9 million for a running back.
Right.
So I mean, what are you talking? $7-8 million? I wouldn't give up a high draft pick. I'd maybe give up a 4. Maybe a 3 if you really, really think like Buffalo. I mean, you know, put a good running back on Buffalo. Man, I mean, I would. You know,
right, they got to do it now. Buffalo has to strike now. They can't wait around.
They have to. Yes.
I mean, you're as close as you're going to get. You got to get over the hump now.
Right.
And if that means getting a big running back, whether it is CMC or Barkley,
I
think you got to do it. You got to do it.
Yeah,
you got to do it. You can't wait around because your window's closing quickly.
Yeah. Nope, you're right. And then you end up like the Giants with Gettleman, and man, did he just absolutely destroy
everything.
He destroyed your team.
That's right.
Absolutely destroyed it. It was an absolute shame. But
as far as Watson, do you think the Texans keep him? So now I saw something that says he's not going to face any charges now. Did you see that?
Not any criminal charges.
Not criminal. Yeah.
Right.
But he's still going to get civil. But now I don't know how the NFL treats that. You know, if he gets sued in court, is it still? I mean, I don't know. Is it still legal issues? I don't know how they classify that.
Right. I guess he's not banned. Grand jury dismissed the case. Right. He's not.
Right.
The other guy bets on a game when he's on the IR. He's paying for the season. These guys, the way they just gauge what the penalties are,
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't understand it. This guy has 27 people suing him for illegal groping or whatever, and they're still like, well, maybe we'll start him. And this guy,
Right, Ridley
that's $1,500.
Bets on his team to win in a parlay.
Right.
He can't play in.
It's different if you're betting on your team to lose and tell Ryan, hey, I'm splitting it with you. Throw a couple of INTs tonight. But no, that's not what he did.
Right.
Come on.
Do you know that they can't even go into casinos where you can bet? They can't even step foot. I was listening to Christian Fury. He's a former Patriot tight end.
So they can't play slots either?
No, they can't even go in. Like if they go into a casino, so they were going down to Foxwoods, him and Edelman, I think, to sign autographs. The NFL was waiting for him at Foxwoods. Somebody had to intercept him because there was people waiting there. They had to go like 5 miles down to the Hampton Inn because they couldn't step foot in a casino that has sports betting. You can go into a casino if it doesn't have sports betting, but legally they're not even supposed to go in there. I didn't know how serious this was. But yeah, Christian Fury said, yeah, they're waiting, and we would have gotten banned right there. We would have been suspended right on the spot. So I guess and they can't gamble on anything. Like they can't
go to the track,
baseball,
horses, nothing.
See, horses though, they always go to the Kentucky Derby. You always see these guys. I don't know if they consider that not sports. You know what I mean? But like they can't bet on gambling. Baseball, nothing exactly. But you always see them at the Kentucky Derby. So,
but yet they play fantasy football.
Yeah,
and that doesn't.
How's that allowed?
Yeah, no shit.
And yet you go to a stadium and there's DraftKings signs everywhere.
I don't agree with it. But didn't he bet on his own team though? Didn't he bet on the Falcons?
Yeah, he bet on them to win.
But to win, not to lose.
In a parlay.
So what is he going to say to his team? Make sure you score a bunch of touchdowns tonight? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Whatever you guys do, don't lose.
Don't let them score. Make sure they don't score. Oh, okay.
I think it's a crazy rule, but I can't believe that. He would actually do it with those type of ramifications. Every player know. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but they do whatever they want anyway. They think they're untouchable, so the rules don't apply. So yeah, Carlos, you have to put it up and have to see.
Tevin Coleman coming back. Maybe he'll get 600 yards this year.
Oh, I don't like
Tevin
that.
Coleman. You shouldn't.
I don't. That sucks. But whatever. You need running back depth. That's a depth move.
Yeah, it helps.
Michael Carter owns the show in New York now. Love that kid. And that Laken Tomlinson signing from the Jets got from San Francisco. Very nice guard.
I don't know much about him. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. So he was a Pro Bowl last year. Pro Bowl player last year was his first Pro Bowl. The year before last was actually better statistically than this one, but still 14th overall guard for run blocking and 49th, I think, overall for pass blocking. So a little bit worse pass blocking, but overall an upgrade to the offensive line. And he was one of the top offensive linemen available. So really nice grab there. Helps that offensive line out tremendously. So very, very happy to see that. Still want to see them try to get they need a safety bad. They have to try to lure the Honey Badger to New York. Have to. And I know it's not easy, but you throw enough money at them. How much more money can the Chiefs have? How much they can't hand out that much more money, can they? They got to be running out eventually. But then the Bucs keep signing people, and we're like, where do they have money? So, but the Jets need a safety, something fierce, and I would love to see them be able to go out and get a player of that caliber with that level with the winning experience coming from an Andy Reid team and that culture, and really infuse some of that into what the Jets need it. The Jets need that experience. They're a young team, so getting that kind of experience in there, that would be massive for this team. So hoping to see something go on with that, but with the I need to look up who's left. But like, where do you think Allen Robinson's going?
I'm just looking at all the teams right now, looking at the breakdown. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if like Philly went after him. They need a wide receiver. What, Green Bay? But is he going to go from Chicago to Green Bay? Depends on what happens there. Colts maybe. I mean, they need a wide receiver, but I mean, who's your quarterback?
Yeah.
Raiders, with their rookie there with the legal trouble with the car accident. He's going to be gone. Right. So I tried to be as politically correct as possible with that one. I don't know. Baltimore. I mean,
like, do you think he's going to demand or command a lot of money?
I don't think he can. I think it's going to be Giants making splashes. I don't know.
Austin Johnson went to Chargers too. I didn't see that. Wow.
I just see Robinson taking a deal like Will Fuller, to be quite honest, like a 1 year 10. Yeah. Maybe with a couple little incentives in there and a bigger signing bonus or something. But
to a team with a quarterback that he can actually pad some numbers.
I mean, he's never had one. He went from Jacksonville to Chicago, poor guy. Yeah. And he's always put up good numbers. Minus last year, and that wasn't horrific. That was no wide receiver's fault.
Yeah,
there.
That was Justin Fields' fault.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't. Hey, you leave Justin Fields alone.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised, to Mark's point, that nobody has called about Mike White. Like, as much as the Jets fans were going crazy about how great Mike White is, I'm surprised the Colts haven't called and been like, "Hey, take a fourth for him," something of that nature. Really. Well, really, I think he has a second-round tender on him. I think he's a restricted free agent, but I think he's got a second round. I'm surprised somebody hasn't grabbed him. Like, if he could do anything.
He's a cheap backup too, though. If you're going to let Flacco go, he's a cheap backup. So
he is.
Definitely better than drafting one this year. Yeah.
Yeah. And then where do you think Landry goes now that he's released?
That's a good question too.
Because, like, man, could you imagine him up in Green Bay?
Yeah, slot guy.
I don't know if they can afford him, but
there's your Rendell Cobb, replacement. There's your Rendell Cobb,
Jordy Nelson replacement because
Jordy Randall.
I mean, it takes you kind of back to that level of talent. They're like them in their primes. Like, it's crazy.
What about Tampa? Is Tampa going to go after another wide receiver? I mean, I know they got two, but if Gronk comes back, that's three. But they're not going to be able to sign Fournette, I don't think, unless he takes a team-friendly deal.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, but they've got a lot of young wide receivers too that they've drafted. Yeah. So
they do.
One of those. True. So it's going to be interesting. Right. You look at the top, like Marcus Williams. I'd love for the Jets to make a run at him or Tyrann Mathieu, but get a safety. Von Miller, he's going to go somewhere good. Where does he go? To the Ram? Can the Rams even afford to bring him back, or was that just a Super Bowl rental and that's it?
Fournette removed his goodbye Tampa post from Instagram. Here we go. Brady's making phone calls. Brady's on the phone.
Like, hey, man, one more. I swear I'm going to get you paid. Don't worry about
it. Landry to the Raiders makes sense, too. That could happen.
Yeah. Right? Yep. Alex Rappaport starting to pick apart his Instagram and tweets. Finds the deeper meaning in things. Who else? Chandler Jones. That's a nice vet to bring in somewhere from some experience. Clowney.
Jones wants to get paid again too. Clowney, I can't even. I mean, he doesn't do much anymore.
No,
I mean,
he's only 29.
Really?
I know, but he seems like an old 29.
Yeah,
well, it's because he went and won. He went first and had so much hype on him.
Yep, Chandler Jones, 32 years old now. He's up there. I don't know.
Patriots drafted him.
Yep.
They released him when smoked that synthetic weed in Connecticut and walked around naked.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, there's some nice players still at the top that haven't gone anywhere yet. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this all comes together.
Chandler Jones still had 10.5 sacks last year.
He's
The
still
guy's a
really
machine,
good,
man.
yeah. He's absolutely, but I mean,
And
you
he's
can't
not
really
a
feel
big
comfortable.
dude.
I mean, what,
I
2
mean, he is
years
big,
maybe?
but
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
I'd say
like
a 1 or 2 year deal for like
yeah,
18. You know,
or a 3 year with like basically a walk away third year if he sucks kind of thing.
right?
I don't know. Odell Beckham Jr.'s out there. Is their team going to take like
Well,
a
what's the story with
2 year?
him? He's not
Yeah,
going to be ready for
he's going to miss potentially the
some
whole
time.
year. But
Hmm.
did the teams give him like a 3 year deal and
Right.
backloaded or something like that to lock him up?
Yeah.
Yep. What did
I
the
mean,
Rams
why
go after
not?
Landry? Did the Rams bring in Landry now to replace? Then you got Woods, Cup, and Landry. That's nice.
That's
Yeah,
right. Woods is coming back because Woods is under
Yeah.
contract, right?
Yep.
So, wow, that's scary.
yeah,
That's
could.
I mean,
real
they're going to have
scary.
to. I mean, you're competing in that division. Maybe Seattle. That's why they dumped Russell. They were like, you know what? We can't compete in this division anymore. Let's just chop it up now. And by the
Yeah.
time we're ready, those teams will be on the down slope, right?
Right.
God.
I just don't know how much you pay OBJ. I mean, he excelled in that offense because between him and Cooper Cup,
Yeah.
he left Cleveland and he was a choir boy.
Yeah. It took a little bit. I mean, even a Super Bowl, I mean, he looked like he got the first TD, right? Then he had the other catch across the middle. And I think if he didn't go down, he could have been the MVP. They could have just kept
Well, I
featuring
think
him. And,
yes,
you know,
they were
I
the
thought he could have
Trout
had a big game.
Cincinnati.
Yeah.
That game would not have been close because you
Yeah.
could tell after he went out, and I think we talked about it. You could tell that game plan was for him.
Yeah.
It was just for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So another interesting free agent that I'm very surprised didn't get snatched up quick is John, your boy, Cordell Patterson.
Mm.
I haven't heard any rumors on him. I haven't heard anything and he found a new role in football. And
Sure did.
how teams are not jumping on that, I don't understand.
That's who Buffalo needs. Buffalo brings him in as a running back
Oh,
and specialty, and right, that would be a plug.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting player in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Very, very. I'd rather not see that.
He could play in the cold, right? He played in Chicago. He played in New England.
Yeah.
The cold doesn't bother him. It
No.
doesn't bother him, and
No.
I think he's better now than he's ever been. Really.
I mean, he started out in Minnesota, so
Yeah.
let's see. Former Cowboys Xavier Woods is signing a 3-year, $15 million deal with the Carolina Panthers.
What about Cam Newton? He's
another
still
safety
out.
off the
He's still
board.
out there too, right?
Cam Newton.
Yeah, yeah, he's
Speaking
gonna.
of Panthers,
He can't be
Panthers,
the starter ever again.
Alex, if it wasn't for that 20-second delay.
wow.
Yeah, but I mean, Cordell Patterson, I mean, you tell me you watched him play last year. I mean, you saw a lot of like Christian McCaffrey skill set
Yeah.
in his game. And to think you could get him at such a crazy discount compared to what his production value is. But then you got Miami going after Chase Edmonds instead, or Arizona re-signing Connor. Like, why wouldn't he be the first? If it's me, he's the first running back I'm going after. He's my running back one,
Yep.
just because of what he displayed on that team last year
right.
too. Of all things, like he wasn't on a good team doing that. He was on a terrible team, and he was the spotlight of that team. So that was shocking, absolutely shocking that he's still sitting there. And I haven't heard anything. We'll see if Alex Rappaport has heard anything.
Maybe he's going back. Maybe he's going back to Atlanta.
Maybe. Alex, let me know if there's any rumors on Patterson there that we need to be keeping an eye on, but I haven't seen anything yet.
I mean, what do they? So they lose Ridley, right? They already lost Julio last year, so you still got Matt Ryan. And if you let Cordell go, what do you got? Gage and what? Who's on your
Gage
team?
is a free agent too.
Gage too. I mean, so then Atlanta.
They've got Kyle Pitts and Kyle Pitts.
That's right, Matt Ryan. Just
Pitts.
retire. I mean,
Matt Ryan to Kyle Pitts. That's the only option. So,
Them blowing the Super Bowl has destroyed that franchise forever. Forever. I mean, it's just forever. They'll never be the same.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's they should just probably pack them up and move them to
They should move. They should move to like
South Dakota, maybe.
That's a cold
I mean,
game up there, man.
Hey, Rapid City's growing, so
It is. I agree.
maybe they could support a team. It's like Green Bay. Green Bay's not a big town. Rapid City could do it.
Yeah.
Everybody's Denver fans there, though. When I was there, it's all you see is Broncos shit everywhere. Speaking of the Broncos, we haven't talked about that one too much.
We haven't talked about it
At all.
So they're in that division, of course. Tough division already. Yep. Russell Wilson shows up. I mean, where do their Super Bowl hopes go to? I mean, first, are they even going to win the division? I still think, Kansas City's probably the better team. Do we agree on that one?
I think so. I mean, so he got Judy out there, and he's got
Cortland Sutton.
Sutton.
You got Melvin Gordon, who had a pretty good year last year.
Free agent.
True, but they got Javonte Williams they drafted last year, so they'll be fine.
So I think could be better. So
could be, but I think Wilson. They got a good offensive line, right? They got a decent, actually good, good defense.
Do you bring Von Miller back?
Would he go back?
To Wilson?
Would he go back?
That's
Tim
a different
Patrick,
team. Yeah. Yep. Tim Patrick, Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy.
Are they gonna have the money to bring Von Miller back? Rams are gonna want him back.
And
the
Alex,
Rams have the money though.
Right.
Well,
true.
That's true too.
Yeah.
And are the wide receivers underrated, or
I think so. And then you got KJ Hamler there too.
We don't know yet, though. We just don't know yet because their quarterbacks have been horrible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I guess we'll see how good they are now.
Yeah. I mean, Jerry Jeudy should be good, right?
Should be, yeah.
Cortland Sutton has looked good as well.
Yeah.
When he's gotten some opportunities.
I'd say Sutton is the one.
Over Jeudy?
Yep.
Well, Judy had that bad injury last year too, right? But he came back at the end of the year.
Yeah, and he hasn't had a quarterback to throw to, so
he
was stuck.
That's going to be my March prediction for Denver. Cortland Sutton, number 1.
Oh, that's an early one, but we'll see if
that's an early one.
But yeah, that's
Wilson,
going to be
man, that's
huge.
What a division. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. That's going to be a division.
It really is. It's going to be what we had talked about in the AFC East, what we wanted to see the AFC East evolve into.
That's
now the AFC. The AFC West has turned into that. So
they rivaled. I mean, the NFC West just got a little bit weaker, of course, but it depends what San Francisco does.
Yeah,
you may just have 2 teams, and one of them's gonna pummel at the end because their quarterback shits himself the last 5 games of the season every year. Sorry, Kyler Murray fans.
Yeah, now it should be. It should be good. We'll see if Kyler can develop into something. I mean, obviously having DeAndre Hopkins hurt for the back half of last year did not help him at all. So,
Agreed.
And who did they have as their number 1 then? Christian Kirk. That didn't work out.
AJ Green. Didn't they have AJ Green too?
Yeah, the 33-year-old AJ.
The
Green.
Ageless wonder, AJ Green.
Yep.
I mean, the Arizona sun and low humidity
Trask.
does keep you young, but we'll see what he does. Do you think Trask does one next season?
Trask is going to be letting a few PSI out of footballs for Tom Brady.
So when Brady goes to San Francisco next year, does Trask take over and actually do good? And then what does that mean for what? Next year is going to be crazy, right? Because he said the only other team he would play for is San Francisco. Brady,
San Francisco,
right? So if he plays this year out and gets traded to San Francisco, what do they do with Lance? You trade up to 3, give up all that?
Can you just sit down 1 year so we can entertain Brady?
Just wait 4 years and you're going to get your chance to start.
That's right.
That's crazy.
And when Brady retired and Bruce Arians like, you know what? We drafted Trask last year. He was so calm. He knew Brady was coming back. No one's going to say, you know what? We're looking really good. Trask took a lot of, learned a lot from Brady last year. My ass, you were thinking that. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, Trey Lance.
Arians does a lot of stuff. Anything else with Antonio Brown, we're releasing him. He does a bunch of stuff. He doesn't get released. And then Brady, if he comes back, it's bad for business. We're releasing him. No, you just say nonsense. You're just always talking, but you don't follow up on anything.
Dean Warmer from Animal House. He's on double secret probation.
That's right. That's it. From now on.
Double secret probation. Suppose he wanted to go to 49ers and came back with a deal from the Glazers that they trade him next year. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
So that means they're going to keep Jimmy G another year because you can't Lance start and then not have him start next year.
Right. So you spend the third overall pick on Trey Lance to let him sit for 3 out of the 5 years that you can have, and then you got to decide if you're going to pick up his contract, or if you're going to pick up the 5th-year option. Right. Seeing him for 1 year, and what if Brady gets traded there and he doesn't suck still? And he's like, I'm gonna come back for another year. I'm gonna come back for another year.
He's gonna play till 50. He'll be playing at 50.
They just re-signed Trey Lance just on a whim, like, hey, we think you might be good. I know it's year 6, but why don't you come back and back up Brady for a couple more years? Like, what a
terrible situation.
Yeah. What do you do?
I mean, just terrible.
That's insane. Absolutely insane. Man. All right, so let's quickly want to talk about some baseball stuff since we haven't got to. I haven't seen any news come out
in the last 5 minutes.
Any football news come out in the last 5 minutes? Schefter's he's probably eating some Chinese food real quick or something. Got delivered finally for him. So, but yeah, baseball's been insane, right? I mean, finally it's back, thank God. Yeah. And somehow squeezing a full 162 game season in. I don't know how they're making up all those.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Those double games. Headers. I guess a lot of double headers because a lot of games to make up, but a lot of changes.
9-inning double headers, not
9-inning double. Maybe longer, maybe much longer. Right?
Good.
Because there's no starting second baseman, no runner starting on second base
to help. I like that
to help curb the demand a little bit of those crazy games. Like, I really liked watching 10, 11, maybe extremely long 12-inning games, and then moving on. Like that was nice. I
don't want 19
that was
innings.
Nice. No, John.
Every pitcher is used. Your whole bullpen's burnt. Tomorrow you got to send guys down and bring guys up that you've never seen.
And guess what? Now there's a limit on how many times you can do that this year. Now you got to burn through your guys and then pitch them the next day. Let them get hurt. A whole bunch of Tommy John injuries, but
great.
Not great.
You see the Tatis. What, did he break his wrist?
Yeah, motorcycle accident.
Yeah, he broke his wrist in the offseason. Now he's going to be out a couple months. This guy, he has the shoulder thing that pops out, and they have to pop it back in. I mean, this guy is maybe fragile. Might be fragile. Yeah.
Yeah, might be.
Thoughts on the Yankees? Get 3, give 2. I mean, I'm glad they got rid of Sanchez finally. I mean, Sanchez has just been unreliable. When we're down 10-1, then he hits the ball a country mile, right? Oh, and now it's 10-2. But when we need him, he strikes out because they throw it in the dirt. He swings over the top, low and outside. He can't hit it.
Yeah.
So I'm fine with getting rid of Sanchez. Urshela I liked. I thought Urshela was a great defensive third baseman for us. And he did have a bat for us, but he got injured the last couple of years too. So I don't like Donaldson. I'm not a fan of his, and especially him and Garrett Cole getting into it last year with the spin rate and everything else. And apparently they had a meeting today in the office and kind of aired out their differences, and now everything's in the rearview mirror, according to Garrett Cole. But
they go fisticuffs?
No, they said everything was fine. It was Boone, Cole, and Donaldson.
Really, all of that, and you just walk out of the office with just a friendly little.
No way. No way.
Right. Ask Robin Ventura what an apology means.
Yeah. Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's some video. You watch again. You watch that video. I don't think Nolan Ryan. Actually, I know he didn't get thrown out of the game. He finished the game with blood on his face, and he's still throwing 100 miles an hour. And what was he, 48 or something?
That was baseball.
That was baseball. That's right. I mean, I love watching that footage of the 70s, 80s with the fights and
And the best part was he put him in a headlock and just drilled him like he was a little kid, just drilling him.
Yeah. Yep, I'm sure he was glad he ran out to the mount.
Yeah. This was a bad choice. This was a bad choice.
This was terrible. Such a terrible.
What kind of man? What kind of man is Ryan though? To be able to throw all of those shots to his head and then keep pitching. And he probably pitched a whole complete game like he always does. Probably another shutout. I mean. Jesus.
Well, I mean, and he was throwing rights too, right? I mean, he had him headlocked with the left, and he's throwing with the pitching hand. With the pitching hand.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
So great. Yeah,
Right?
punching with your pitching hand.
Yeah.
Kevin Brown does that. He breaks his wrist.
Yeah.
He punches the wall.
Yeah,
And then,
exactly.
this guy can hit the top of his skull.
Yeah.
Come here, Junior.
And now you've got
years old.
Now you've got pitchers who come up to bat, walk to first, and have to put the jacket on to stay warm. And Nolan Ryan's out there throwing haymakers and just
beat the shit out of him.
God, that was great.
But yeah, I mean that was good baseball back then. In the George Brett Pine Tar one, like he came out of that dugout.
That was one
like,
of my favorites.
Ooh, man,
Not thrown out. Bumps the umpire, pitches the umpire, not thrown out, not fined, nothing. Nothing happens. All right, guys, come on, calm down. We're on national TV.
You're embarrassing yourself. Knock it off.
Holy cow.
Didn't Earl Weaver take second base into the dugout one time? He just went out and took the base and walked in. And then he lit a cigarette, smoking a cigarette in the dugout.
Yep.
Any of Lou Pinella's.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he got thrown out a lot, but man,
Yep.
he made it great. He made it great.
Yeah,
I mean,
he would take the bag and throw it in the outfield. And,
yeah.
Oh god.
Kicking his hat across the infield. Took like 7 minutes to get it across the infield. Never gave up. Like at no point, and that's dedication. Like when you start kicking that hat and it's sliding a foot at a time, and you continue to kick it for like 6 or 7 minutes all the way, like at that point you're starting to cool down, and you're like, this is embarrassing. I need.
Where do I stop?
Yeah, right. But I can't.
Come on, hat.
Fly farther, please.
Friggin' hat.
Yeah, you can't bend over and pick it up at that point. So,
No.
but no, I mean that was a big trade. That was a really big trade for the Yankees. It's going to be really interesting to see how they gel and what happens with it. But
right, even the shortstop they picked up. Right, he went from Texas to Minnesota for about 7 hours, and then they traded him to the Yankees.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So they got the left side of the infield covered now with one trade, right? And then you got Glaber at second, and I guess Luke Voigt at first, if he can stay healthy. I don't know what's going on with Matt Rizzo. I haven't heard anything else. Or
Anthony?
Freeman. Huh?
Anthony
What
Rizzo?
did I say?
Matt.
Who's Matt Rizzo?
I don't know.
No, he said Phil Rizzo, didn't he?
That's Phil Rizzuto.
Yeah.
Totally
Oh my God! Really? Did I say Matt?
Joe Montana. He's a quarterback. You crazy asshole.
This is what happens when you start getting old. You know?
Yeah. So Anthony Rizzo, nobody knows.
Yes.
DJ LeMahieu, where's he playing?
He's gonna cover first. He'll play some third. He'll play around the diamond wherever we need him. And then what about Freddie Freeman? Same thing. He's kind of lingering too. The Yankees are in on him too. So I think they would move Voigt. If they get a chance to move Voigt, they'll move him if they can pick up.
It is. It's delicious. I had it for dinner this weekend.
Risotto's a rice dish. Who said risotto? Oh, John. Yeah. Little spinach in there. Nice.
Risotto.
Yeah.
Lobster risotto. I know
We
him.
usually do a mushroom with some shrimp, a little bit of scallops.
There you go.
Forget about it.
Yep,
Yeah, he's still on the Royals. Didn't get traded, but yeah, Freeman's going to go somewhere, which is crazy because they traded for Matt Olson today.
They just got him.
That.
Yeah.
So gave up on Freeman, which makes no sense whatsoever. Like who are you paying? Like you can't afford to keep him. But I don't think the Yankees can afford it. Like they're pushing the second tier of the luxury tax, which is insane. I mean, that's a lot of money you got to fork out if you go over that. So they have to be about done. They can't pick up another. They can't pick up another superstar. I mean,
there's
Freeman's
no way. Yeah, I mean, unless we bring up somebody from the minors or something, because they can't rely on Voigt being the everyday first baseman. He can't do it. His foot. He's got foot problems. Did you see the picture? Did you see the picture of the catcher that came over to the Yankees?
Yeah.
Did you see that kid's arms?
Yeah.
He's a left-handed bat. I never heard of him. Rob something, I think.
Yeah.
And
I don't know who he is.
God, that kid's arms. You got to look that up when you get a chance.
Yeah.
His arms are incredible.
He's like working out with Nelson Cruz and.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Oh, he's
monster
huge.
arms. He might be the steal in the trade. Really.
No shit.
Yeah. Yep. And apparently that other kid that played shortstop is also a catcher too. So he can play. Short and catcher. So we got two of them maybe. Get rid of Sanchez. So
yeah.
But yeah, we'll see
Find it.
what's next. I haven't seen the Red Sox do a thing yet.
Oh,
What are they doing? Jackie Bradley Jr. coming back?
I'll tell you what, Jim.
Let's see if I can show you on my phone.
Off, man.
Yeah, look at that kid's arm right there. Stop. Look at those arms.
My God,
it's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What are they doing taking pictures of me for?
He's ridiculous.
That kid's our new backup catcher. What?
Yeah.
Don't try and run on that cannon.
Jim, after the first drug test, he's gone for like 60 days, man. All right.
He's already suspended just off that picture.
That's right. You shouldn't have posted that.
Man.
You shouldn't have posted that.
30 days, he's gone already.
He's
It's
positive.
the needle in the background of that picture. Can you see the needle?
It's they use it as darts in the back.
Oh,
stuck in the wall.
God.
No, stupid. No.
That's crazy.
Yeah, a lot of big moves too. I mean,
but like I said, Red Sox, nothing, right?
No,
I haven't seen a thing.
Crickets from the Red Sox, right?
I guess they're all set. They're all set.
Yeah, I mean, we got Jackie Bradley Jr. back after giving up what's his face there.
Yeah, Hunter Renfroe.
Who
can actually hit.
Who could actually hit. So we bring Jackie Bradley Jr. back. He batted 163 last year. Come on. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Jackie Bradley Jr. I truly do. If we had 8 bats in the lineup that were stout, I'd be okay. But, God, the guy can't hit. He just cannot hit. And everybody here loves it because, he's coming back. He's worth it with the arm. I don't see it, man. I don't. Great arm, but, 163? God, I feel like I bet you Bob Uecker was even giving him shit calling the Brewer games when he was in Milwaukee last year.
Oh, yeah.
Come on. It's just, I don't get it.
Great outfielder. Great glove.
Yeah, phenomenal glove.
Great arm, but bat?
Non-existent.
I don't know. And I like our lineup. We didn't have to do much. We got Devers, we got Dahlbeck, we got, Verdugo, JD Martinez, Bogarts. Arroyo wasn't so bad. And I like Enrique Hernandez better, but not a bad offensive team. But my biggest question is, how's Sale going to do?
Yeah.
What's he doing after last year? Is he going to come back and be the one? Because if Evaldi's the one, we're in deep shit again. And Evaldi pitched well last year. He did for what Nathan Evaldi can give you. He was 11-9. But it was a pretty decent 11-9. The record doesn't show it, but I don't know.
Well,
he still made it to the playoffs.
Sale looked good when he came back at the end of the year.
He did, but can he last the season, Joe, is what I'm worried about, man. He can. He never has. And we got it for that, one World Series push. It worked out. But can he last the season? Because we just paid him.
Well, before this injury, he never got hurt, and that was the big thing because his delivery is so awkward that they always expected him to get hurt. But he didn't miss in Chicago, and who was he with?
But he would lose his effectiveness.
His fastball would go into.
He would all of a sudden drop off in September. He couldn't perform all season. Right?
Yeah.
That was a knock on him. He had tons of starts.
Yeah.
And his,
a lot of innings. Yeah.
But it was just towards the end of the year in the playoffs. Let's look at his postseason pitching. He never made it with Chicago. So postseason pitching was all with the Sox. ERA, 8.38, 4.11, and 8.0. There you go. He's not good. In 17, he was 0-2 with an 8.38 as a number one. You should be at least get one win out of your number one. Not destroyed both, but I don't know. I just... We'll see.
So you're not hearing anything up there in the news about no rumors, nothing?
Nothing, man. Quiet, very, very quiet.
I haven't heard anything here either. The one thing I do like is the universal DH. I'm glad they instituted that this year. I don't want the pitchers batting. We had a show about that probably 2 years ago, but
make them all DHs, I say.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm so happy I don't have to watch another pitcher go up there and watch 3 balls go by and turn around and walk away. I'm so glad that's over with. And now you got like Nelson Cruz going to the Nationals, so that's going to be that'll be a nice guy to crush down there with Juan Soto. That's going to be crazy because he doesn't slow down. He's 41 years old, still crushing.
He's
sick.
He has the size of that kid's arms right there. They work out together, and it's called Roid Out Gym or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it to their faces because they'd kick the shit out of me, but that's actually maybe I would.
Yeah,
get some money out of it.
Yeah.
Take
As
a
long
horse
as you
feed.
survive. That's the thing. You gotta survive through it. That's the bad thing. But,
Joe, I'm willing to take that chance, buddy.
yeah, no, it's worth it. It's worth
Absolutely.
it. I mean, Kamara's going to pay out for his ass whipping
Oh,
in Vegas.
yeah.
So
Oh,
I mean, might as well. Might as well. But what do you think of? So did you see Seattle traded for Eugenio Suarez and Jesse Winker today? I mean, I feel like it's two very under the radar kind of trades. I mean, not big names, but Winker made the All-Star team.
He made the All-Star team last year.
Yeah.
Batted over 300, had like 24 home runs. I mean, nice player. Suarez is kind of like Gary Sanchez. He bats like 190 every year, but he averages like 32 home runs a season. So I don't know what they're planning on doing with that, but I mean, the Winkler move might not be too bad.
Let's see. I'm trying to look at his stats right now.
Fuck. I don't know who this is, but
Did you guys think my picture? Hey, Adolf, can you go somewhere else, please?
Well, that's some screen name. I mean,
that's frightening.
right? Yeah.
okay.
Little
Put him in
frightening.
timeout.
Thank you. But yeah, 305, 24 home runs, 71 RBIs. I mean, left-handed bat.
Yeah.
Right fielder. So, I mean, good, solid numbers. You know what I mean? Very solid numbers.
Yeah, I feel like it's a pretty quiet move, but could be something nice. Could really be something nice.
Well,
there as well.
Usually the bots though have like gibberish for a screen name. This is like a legit screen name. So
right,
and a symbol there too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bot. That's just some fucking weirdo. Hey, that's what I like to see right there. I don't know who that is, but Earth Human, hello. Welcome
Earth
to
must be a bot.
Welcome to my planet.
This is a bot. The last one was real.
I like
Adolf
this bot.
was real.
Right.
Earth Human's a bot.
Is that
like
Shaney in jail?
Is that my brother in Facebook jail or something? Actually, that's YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah. Earth Human. What do you think about today's moves for the Jets? Do you like it? Do you hate it? I mean, is it encouraging for you or something that you're done with?
So my question is, Joe, so will they have more than 4 wins next year?
I mean, I think they're on the right path. I like I like the moves. Absolutely. I think
do you though?
Especially
do you
with
like the moves.
I like I mean, they needed a tight end that could catch. That's been a huge thing.
Yep.
I still think they're going to draft somebody else later on. But I like grabbing that. I like the offensive line help. They still need a safety. They have to get one of these safeties, but I really like it overall. I feel like they're filling the needs that they need without going too crazy. And you got to remember, you got that 4th pick there. You got the 10th pick. So two big guys that you could be bringing in. I don't know who they're going to get. A lot of it is showing like Kayvon Thibodeau is fallen out of the top 3. So if you can get him to go with Carl Lawson, I mean that's nice. If you could get a wide receiver at 10, or that Ahmed Sauce Gardner kid, the cornerback from Cincy. I don't know if you've seen the stats on him, but he's ridiculous. Like, so if he's still there, I don't know if he's going to fall to 10, but you know how many yards he gave up this year for the entire season? 60.
Jesus.
60 yards he gave up. So,
all right, Alex, thanks.
Yeah. Happy free agency, buddy. So I mean,
10 wins.
Over the next 2 years, that might be a push.
Next 3 years, I mean, I won't bet you. 2, I'd probably bet you.
Well, you know what? The them playing Seattle this year, that's looking a lot better for a W than it was 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Right? He's just got.
So who's Seattle's quarterback?
Drew Lock.
Oh, that's right. He went. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So is he? Are they done? Seattle's done. And what's DK Metcalf saying about this?
Oh, I'm sure him and Tyler Lockett are overjoyed.
I mean, come on. What he's like, get me out of town. Somebody call. Pick me up.
I think I saw him headbutting a kicking net So
yeah, that's right. He's going to lose his mind now too.
It worked for Odell. Might as well give it a shot.
Yep. So Jets
I don't
10
know.
wins. I thought I saw recently now with the moves in the last couple of days, I'm sure that changed, but I think the Jets had were a longer shot than the Giants to win the Super Bowl. Hey, John, that was a couple of weeks ago where you weren't on. We were talking about who's closer to winning, the Giants or the Jets.
I don't like that plot twist. I don't like it at all. I think Gino's a free agent anyway, so we'll see what they do.
There you go. He's back.
Who's back?
Wow. Who's
Gino's
closer
back.
to win, the Giants or the Jets? I mean, I would only say the Jets because I think Danny Dimes is terrible, and I don't know yet if Zach Wilson is terrible.
All right. Okay.
That's the only reason why.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think Danny Dimes is going to be any better than he was the last couple of years. That's all.
We'll see. If he could stay healthy, that's the only way we're going to know.
Very true. Very true. And you know, Zach Wilson's second year. I mean, and Joe, I was going to ask you, I was thinking about this on the drive home today. What's a good year for Zach Wilson next year? If he stays healthy all year, like realistic expectations, what he 9-11 last year, 2,300 yards. I know he didn't play the whole season.
Yeah.
But realistic expectations.
And 3 rushing touchdowns. So
well, if he was a running back, I'd say that's great. But I mean,
hey, don't tell Josh Allen that rushing touchdowns are not important.
I will give you that. So what do you think?
I mean, I would like
25.
So I mean, I would like to see between 20 and 25. Ideally, would be a nice step forward. Actually, I would like to see 25. I mean, 25 would be a nice step forward. Keep the touchdowns down to 10 or less. So
interceptions.
20. Yes, interceptions. Sorry, Keep it to like a 25 to 10 ratio. I think would be a nice step forward. But I think still a lot of it depends on who they bring in because they need another wide receiver. Because Crowder's gone. They got Berrios and they got Elijah Moore, but they're both small receivers. Right,
got Corey Davis too. So.
And they have Corey Davis, yes, but they need another big receiver for the outside. So, I would like to see. I hope they draft somebody with the 10th pick. I mean, it would be very hard to pass on Gardner at 10 at that cornerback, especially with the cornerback play that the Jets have. It would be way too hard to pass on. But if he's gone, and it's showing, a lot of them have him going to the Giants, to Atlanta. If he's gone by then, even Seattle now at 9. I've seen him going there as well. So if he's gone by then, you got to grab a receiver. If you grab like Jameson Williams, which I know he tore his ACL, but he's by far the best wide receiver.
Yeah, you got to take him.
Talent-wise, I don't care if he's going to miss 3 or 4 games to start the season. You got to take him, and he's so good. Have you watched his highlights?
Oh, he's amazing.
He was
amazing. Well, I mean, I watched all of Bama's games last year, anyways, and he's just sick.
Jim, if you haven't seen it, you've got to look up his highlights on YouTube. Is Jameson Williams? He catches the ball and just leaves people. It's like when you see like the car races where the dude's just fucking with somebody, and then gone. Yep. Like that's what he does. He just a quick.
It makes Devontae Smith look slow on Bama. He really
He takes a slant route and just runs away from people. Yeah. Like he's across the field, the guy's running with him parallel, and he just goes right around him, just to the sideline and gone. And the guys can't keep up with him. It's amazing. And I know, like I said, he tore his ACL. But I'm not afraid of that anymore. I don't think teams should be, because you see these guys come back from ACL tears. Mm-hmm. And it's like that never even happened. So I would take him, and now you have him, Corey Davis, Elijah Moore, and Braxton Berrios as your receivers, with Uzama now and potentially like Trey McBride out of Colorado State, who catches every single thing thrown around him. That offense looks a lot better, right? So 25 touchdowns should be attainable if that's the offense you're putting out there, which kind of makes you feel a lot more like Cincinnati's offense at that point, right? And let's not.
I love fans. God, Joe.
To me, success for the Jets is for him to have more touchdowns than interceptions.
Because I don't want it to be 11 to 10
again, right? Because I think it could be 14-14, and then
got to be higher.
I don't see 25-10.
Now, I'm not saying he's Joe Burrow. I'm saying the offense is built like Cincinnati's at that point, right?
You guys are so cute. Jets fans are like, we're here again, man.
This is my time of year. This is my time of year.
We're gonna do it again.
I know this time of year. I have it down. So no,
Joe,
it's a copycat.
I love this, man.
It's a copycat league, right? And what are you going to do? You're going to copycat what works.
Of course.
And that Cincinnati offense works. And they don't even have a running back. So I think Michael Carter.
Yeah, Joe Mixon making $14 million.
Shit ever. And you know, we both are in unison on how we feel about Joe Mixon.
Get rid of him.
I mean, can you admit who would you rather have, Michael Carter or Joe Mixon? Go.
Michael Carter.
Okay, so
I would.
You said it.
So much more upside. So much more upside.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Baseball's around the corner.
Who's your team, Judy?
I think we could guess, but
I think we can guess there, right?
Yeah. But no, I think while we wait for that answer, I do think Zach Wilson has the potential to do a 25-10 season if they can build the offense to give him weapons and the offensive line. I like what they've done with the O-line already. If Becton can play and stay healthy with Vera Tucker, now with Tomlinson, you got Fant, who played really well last year as well. That offensive line looks really good. So we could really take it to another level, I think.
It's still going to come down to his accuracy.
It's going to a lot of it's going to come down to that.
I mean, he was behind and everything else last year.
Yeah. Especially on the short passes.
Yes.
He couldn't get those dump offs. It was like he was rushed and panicked and was overthrown. But if the offensive line could give him a couple seconds to actually set his feet and throw and not have to get crazy, I think it's a really good. I'm still holding out hope. I'm holding
out hope.
Did they
sign Flacco again as a backup?
I haven't seen that yet. So
we'll 7 wins over or under. There you go, John.
That's
7
under.
Wins over under. I'm saying under too.
You don't think they can improve?
Yeah, they'll improve. But
you think a
on the road? Hold on a second. On the road,
I gotta look at the schedule.
Let me look at the schedule.
All right,
Joe, we're in trouble next year. So away, you have to play Buffalo, Miami, New England, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and Denver, Green Bay, Minnesota. They should be good, but they're not. And Seattle.
Not. Yeah.
Home gets a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
Kind of. You got Buffalo, Miami, New England. So of course, 3 division games can go either way. You got Cincinnati. You got Baltimore, which they're still good regardless of who their quarterback is.
Under 7.
Jacksonville, Chicago, and Detroit. So I'll say 1.
Chicago, Detroit, and
maybe
Pittsburgh,
2, 3. I'm going to say under
4
7,
wins.
man. I'm going to say 4 or 5 wins.
All right, so you're saying Jaguars, Lions, Bears wins, right? Pittsburgh.
Maybe not all 3. I mean, Detroit actually had a decent offense last year. They weren't terrible.
Okay.
But anyways, so
Steelers.
Honestly, it depends on who their quarterback is. If it's Trubisky, they probably have a chance. But
okay, Seahawks.
Probably, but they are in Seattle. It's still a tough place to play.
Yeah.
Green Bay, no way.
The Browns.
No.
I mean, would they win 10, 11 games last year? They're. Can they stop Nick Chubb? I don't know. They don't have any wide receivers except Mari Cooper now and Njoku. I think that would be tough for him. I'm thinking 5 wins, man. Maybe 5.
Awful trade. It was a great trade.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Awful
Interesting.
trade.
So
she likes Sanchez? Well, I mean, I didn't like Rochelle leaving, but I can't stand Donaldson. So, yeah.
Yeah, but you got to admit the bat from Donaldson is better than those two. So,
yeah.
Plus he's got a good glove, and who knows, that catcher. I mean, he doesn't need a bat. He could just hit the ball with his hand or with his forearm or his bicep, and it's gone. Or it'll just flatten and crack against his arm. It's ridiculous. So,
yeah, I didn't like seeing Gio go either. Yep.
Yeah,
but
that's
I'm gonna have to jump off here.
Yeah, let's give it at 5:00. So, well, 8 o'clock for you guys. So, all right, yeah, let's wrap it up with that. So yes, I think to answer you, I think 7 wins is possible. We'll see what the draft has. We'll see what the draft has and the rest of this free agency, but I think 7 is a possibility. 6 to 7 looks pretty good, and we'll see what injuries and stuff have to do with that. But
maybe Mike's brother what he thinks.
Yeah, maybe we'll get lucky like you guys and just play teams every week that are hurt, like the Titans or the.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
I don't know. We'll see if we get that lucky. Maybe we'll get Buffalo with 97-mile-an-hour winds. I don't.
You're not beating Buffalo the way we did. No way. No other team can do that.
That's right.
So, all right. So yeah, that wraps it. So we'll be back, talk some more football and maybe a little bit of baseball as well. Keep it going. But until then, guys, have a great rest of your week, and keep an eye out for more shows to come. And for John, for Jim, I'm Joe. We'll see you guys.